Yeah, what's up, YouTube? This is almost like a part 2 to the video I did, where I'm talking about how, let me read the title, No Instructions for Dealing with Any Black Man That's On Point and Family Oriented. In that video, you don't have to necessarily go watch it if you don't have the time, but I was talking about how black women don't really have a understanding of what to do if they encounter black men, or just any men in general, okay, who do have their shit together, but they're also somewhat family oriented. So there's no real typical problem in terms of him cheating, or is he a player, or what happens if he doesn't make a certain type of money. That's already taken care of. Okay, he's good there. So he's there. What's next? What are you going to do? And like I said, this is where a lot of black women drop the ball, because they don't prepare for it. Whereas other women, that's what they prepare for. They don't talk about what to do if a man doesn't have a job, or if a man has too many kids, or if a man has a record. All they do is prepare themselves for dealing with men who have their shit together and men who are family oriented. That's all they know how to deal with. That's how they were raised. They don't know how to deal with bum-ass black men, or just bum-ass men in general. They don't. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you can't deal with them. It's still flawed. Right, so that's what I touched on in the video. And I've said I've myself tried to, or wanted to, have more conversations about the issues that come into play when you do have both sides of the equation who, for the most part, have their shit together and they're family oriented. What happens? It's not going to magically happen. Like I said, that whole Cinderella myth that he's going to come through and he's successful and he wants to be with you, so you want to do the same and it's supposed to work out. It's a myth. Okay, and I talked about before, location. You have your career, he has his career. What happens if you're not in a close proximity to both? Okay, what happens if your job is 2 hours away, his job is 2 hours away? What happens? Who moves? Or what happens if his job is out of state or your job is out of state? What happens? That's the issue that's not talked about. Kids. How many kids should one have? Right? I think the Cosby Show is realistic, but in terms of today's world, how many kids is appropriate? Do we have to change the way we think about the amount of kids we can have? I know for a lot of black people who are traditional, a lot of the times we want more kids, but is that financially responsible? Is it actually feasible? Another question that's not talked about, forming black businesses. It makes no sense for two people to be successful, but they're not putting their money together. So do you form a business off of what he's doing? Do you form a business off of what she's doing? Or do you try to do both? So those are just general ideas about some of the issues that would go on once two people who have their shit together come together and want to form something. Right? That's kind of an example of what I'm alluding to, because I know people are going to come on and not understand what I'm talking about. Okay? How do you deal with family members that may not be on point? I mean, I can keep going about the 1,000,001 issues that you're going to face. Right? That you're going to have to come in contact with on a day-to-day basis. And once again, those things aren't talked about. And this is where the women just lose out, because you have other women that specialize in that. Right? So if the white girl is in a situation where she's dealing with a successful man and she has her own shit going on, she already knows what's going to happen. I'm going to move out to where he is. Right? There's subtle things that they've already went over in their head that put them at a natural competitive advantage. Right? And this is not going to be a long video. I'm going to end it here. But I really just wanted to put that in there. I couldn't fit it in the other video because I'm still capped at 11 minutes. But it's important for you guys to understand. Because me personally, I get sick and tired of the entertainment. One of the reasons why I don't post as much, and I never really got my own blog talk radio show off the ground, even though it was in works. I actually have an account on the blog talk radio show website, but it never got off because too many people want to use it for entertainment and not real life. And I really can't mess with people who just look at this as a source of entertainment. This is people's lives here. These are people's futures. You know, we always talk about building black wealth and generations and history and the future and the past and slavery and where we need to be, Barack Obama. But yet people come on and have a swag that this is supposed to be fun and, you know, it's a man thing versus women thing, and men do this and women say that. It's not about that, right? So I just really had to put it out there because, once again, you know, I know some of the women out here are trying, but I really don't see the level of seriousness that this sort of discussion needs to have. It's really not there. And I say this because I've been on here for damn near 2 years now, and I've been waiting for somebody to come along. I've thought some of the women that I've come across would develop and take it there, but they really haven't. And a lot of them, it's in them, but too many of y'all are getting caught up in the entertainment. You're getting caught up in the bullshit. You know, you're getting caught up in the whole high school shit. And like I said in the last video, that's not cute. It's very annoying. I don't want to listen to a grown woman talk about shit that we were talking about in high school. Move on past that, right? Let me stop there. Y'all take it easy. God bless.